Well, President Trump finally did the right thing by calling out the KKK, white supremacists, and neo-Nazis that caused all that disturbance down in Charlottesville. Now it's time for the left to come out and decry the Antifa and other organizations that side more with them. Hey everybody, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. Well, President Trump in a speech today said, quote, racism is evil and those who cause violence in its names are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. Trump also went on to say, those who spread violence in the name of bigotry strike at the very core of America. Now, if President Obama would have said something like that, he would have been hailed as a great champion and a defender of peace and liberty. Trump was criticized by some on the left for being too slow to say those things. Now, I will say President Trump should have said that on Saturday or on Sunday, but eventually he got around to saying it. There are some on the left who will look at what Trump had to say, and they won't care. They'll still call him a racist and a bigot and a white nationalist. In fact, there was a guest on CNN who had told the CNN folks, hey, I really don't care what Trump has to say. I already think he's a racist, and I'm going to keep on believing that. Yeah, good for you. President Trump stepped up, and I applaud him, and everybody should applaud him for stepping up and doing what he should have done in the first place, which is calling out some of these groups. On the right, those of us were upset when Barack Obama refused to ever call out the Black Lives Matter movement for its violent tendencies and its chants of F the police and, you know, the whole looting that went along with Black Lives Matter protest in many U.S. cities. Barack Obama never called him out, and we were upset about that, and I think rightfully so. Whether you thought that Donald Trump should have gone further on Saturday or not, I still believe he did the right thing by going further and naming names. There is a large group of people in the United States who think that Donald Trump is a racist, and they have learned that by hearing it through the media. If this can help maybe soothe the people's, worry about Donald Trump, then I think he did the right thing. It won't mean that the left sees Donald Trump as some great racial hero or savior or anything like that, and it won't mean that we will have harmony in the United States. But it does mean that Trump recognized that he didn't go far enough on Saturday and that he needed to go a step further and that he should not be connected with these groups that are absolutely horrible. But it's also time for the left to speak out against some of their groups or groups that associate closer with the left. I'm talking about Antifa, also the anarchist and the communist groups who show up to these protests and start fights. It happens all the time. It happens during the anti-Trump marches that we have seen before, and it'll probably happen at some other rallies in the future. Antifa and anarchists and communists show up, and they decide that they want to throw punches because they're really there for no other reason than to throw punches. It's time for the left to condemn these groups. It would have been great to hear President Trump lay out every single group that uses hate and bigotry and race and violence to divide America, but quite frankly, he doesn't have enough time in his day to probably do that. We all know who those groups are, and they need to be named, and they need to be named by those both on the left and the right going forward. If we're going to solve this problem in this country of using violence instead of free speech, then we need to look not only to our leaders but to ourselves and to call out these people who want to use violence instead of speech at different rallies. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time, News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. You can follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. And don't forget, you can watch the show, my show, from 8:30 to 11 right here on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and you'll know when we go live here on YouTube. Have a great day.